tragedy here. Our famous Ngombe, our cow, Kandi, Kandi. We had a real tragedy here one day. It was Douglas was just calling the cow up for milking, and it had been down below, and that sort of like a little valley here just in the land here goes down in front of the church. The cow had been down there grazing, and so Douglas was calling the cow to come, and so it started coming, and all of a sudden it was just gone. And he rushed down, and the cow had fallen into a very deep pit, about maybe 8 feet deep, and even had like an L shape when it got to the bottom, and it went off into a sort of a tunnel on the side. And the cow had fallen right in there, and her whole head and everything had gone right into the tunnel area. And there was only maybe about 2 or 3 feet of her hind end was shown at the bottom of the hole. And, oh boy, so anyway, they got a rope, they gave you a rope. Well, it wasn't long at all, there was about 50 people that gathered. And they were trying, myself included, trying to pull this cow. They tied the back legs onto Kandi, trying to pull her up out of the hole there. And she, like I say, she was down about 8 feet. And it wasn't, extremely hard to lift the cow straight up, eh? So, but gradually with about 50 people on there, they eventually, after, some time, managed to drag her little by little, dragging her up out of the hole. But by the time they got her up top, she had suffocated. She had died, eh? She couldn't get air down below there. So, then, so that was our poor cow that we've been struggling to make money with anyway, just to pay our own way. I was kidding the guys. I don't know how they make money on a cow anyway here, but it's still everybody, there's other benefits. They have the manure for the garden and all the other kinds of things that everybody sees that as an advantage to have a cow. So, I had put all this stuff, just information on we were giving them, the guys who were feeding and the one who was milking, we were giving them a few shillings a month to do that work, 1,400 shillings a month between the two of them, which is about what? 1,400 divided by 40, whatever, $35, is it? Something like that, yeah, $35 a month. They were getting $1 a day, those guys, between the two of them. And we still weren't making any money. By the end of the thing, we were still 700 shillings in the hole for operating. But anyway, there are other benefits to the thing, yeah. So even keeping the grass down and having manure for the garden and all the rest. So we'll probably buy another one. But they right away then they slaughtered the animal and got a Mothinji, a butcher. Mothinji came and slaughtered, cut the beast up, hung it, and the next day was Sunday. And so they sold it to the people who came to service, and they gave them credit for those who wanted to buy a piece of meat but didn't have the money. They just gave them the credit. We haven't collected it all yet, but by the time we collect it, we might make about 12,000 shillings on it. So we paid 18, so we'll probably lose about 6,000 shillings on the cow. But anyway, that's nothing. And you die 6,000 shillings is $150. But anyway, all the people that were all sharing their condolences with us. Poorly, too bad. So anyway, that's nice. It was a nice cow from the point of view of a very gentle kind of a cow and all the rest. So you never have to worry about it wandering away or whatever. We just had it artificially inseminated about a week and a half before to get it ready to have a calf. But anyway, that didn't happen.